And next guest already up, so we are rolling now. So we have Michael, please come sit down.
It's a pleasure to be here with you today. So I'm Michael, also known as Ketominer on Twitter and Telegram and wherever you can find me. I came here, it's my second HTTP. This year I'm bringing this little guy here. He's called the NODL, NODL. It's a Lightning full node I'm working on for a few months now.
Nice.
And it embeds BTC Pay server, so you can just buy one, put it in the back of your store, take any tablet and use it as a payment system for your shop.
Are they on sale now?
It's not on sale yet because we have some stability issues because of the ARM board which is running in it.
Yeah.
As you may know, BTC Pay server by Nicolas Dorier, which we love.
Yeah, I was going to say, first, give the people a little bit of background on what BTC Pay Server is.
So, Nicolas Dorier made BTC Pay Server as an answer to BitPay, because BitPay, as we know, are not very community-friendly. Thank you.
Nice, quick.
Basically, they use some proprietary invoice system, which is incompatible with most of the good wallets. To not say all good wallets. And he posted that tweet, "I will make you obsolete." So
that's always a problem on the internet if you don't do a good job.
He made the BTC Pay server, which is an open source version. You can just install it on your server or on any cloud service or on a physical node, and use it for receiving payments in Bitcoin, Lightning, Litecoin as well. It's expanding very fast. The community around this product is crazy. I'm not a good developer. I understand code. I did some coding back in the times. I'm very good at assembling stuff, so I'm trying to make it as easy to use for people as possible. And as you can see here, I have a running fake shop on which I can purchase something for 1 cent using Lightning. Hopefully it will work because it just turned off when I was entering.
Well, yeah, that's the thing, right? When you test something in front of the camera, it usually doesn't work.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, I think the live demo will be for another day, but anyway, yeah. So, NODL.
So, what is the hardware in this device?
It's not a Raspberry Pi. One message I would like to give the audience today: don't try to run a Bitcoin Fullnode on a Raspberry Pi, except if you try to preload it from some other server. It will not work. You need 1 month to synchronize the Raspberry Pi, if not more, depending on the storage device you use. I'm using an ARM64 board, the ROC 64, made by Pine64. It was a Kickstarter 2 years ago. The company made a huge progress. I love it. The firmware is more open source than the Raspberry Pis. 4 cores, ARM64, 4 gigabytes of RAM. USB 3 to connect to the SSD drive which I'm using. I'm using a regular Samsung SSD drive for the blockchain. It synchronizes in 4 days without any particular optimizations. If you use it to synchronize from 1 or 2 nodes you own, you can go down to 1.5 day, which is great. It runs .NET for BTC Pay server. And that's it. It's pretty straightforward hardware. Now it's running on battery. I'm using a regular power bank. It works 8 hours on the power bank. So.
Sorry. Does it connect wirelessly? So
I'm connected from my iPad to the same Wi-Fi hotspot I'm using for this.
Fantastic.
It's another mobile phone.
Yeah.
Let's see if the Lightning node is up.
And so, of course, we here at the World Crypto Network are heavily for open source everything, and that's even the name of one of my shows.
Yeah.
So, how much open source is this?
This is fully open source. All the recipe to build one will be available online on GitHub. The idea behind this is you can do it yourself, but there are many people who can't. So we'll be selling those ready to use. But of course, if you want to do it yourself, you can do it yourself. You can verify what is inside. We are not selling the blockchain preloaded on the device. For me, it's a break in the chain of trust, so I don't want that. And that's it. So I can make a very quick demo. So I have a switch to Lightning. So this is a Lightning invoice. I'm running Eclair Wallet on my phone.
Everybody's got an Android. I was just looking at them this morning,
We'll
trying to
scan.
try that out. Yeah.
And the
The
Eclair wallet's the
lightning was-
lightning receive only wallet.
So Eclair is send only.
Or send
Send
Yeah.
only, yes.
That's because one of the constraints of Lightning, which is you have to have an open TCP port on a public IP address on the internet to
Yeah.
receive payments. Failed, of course.
It works.
Well, the camera makes it fail.
I need
yeah.
to rescan the QR code. Sorry. Usually, from the second time, it's better. What does it say?
Anticipation.
Okay, no, it's not the same. I mean, well, in the basement, maybe the network, 4G network is not so great, but
Well, this is why you're
Anyway,
refining it, isn't it? So,
Yeah.
when do you think it will be ready by this unit?
Satoshi's white paper birthday anniversary.
No,
Hopefully.
That would be incredible.
And we have also a hosted version of BTC Pay server for whoever wants it on a online shop.
Fantastic. And
Yeah.
what is the price in Bitcoin of this unit? Because we don't know any other currency, you know.
Let me convert that. Thanks for making me feel stupid.
Maybe an average price in dollars
An
or
average
euros.
price in dollars. If
something
we were
like
to
that.
use one of those fiat currencies.
Yeah,
No,
that we hate
let's
so
say
much.
average price in dollars is $400 for the
Fantastic.
device.
Yeah.
With BTC Pay server, and without it we're slightly less because we need less CPU and RAM. So.
And for an end user, how would they use this? Would they just plug this into their network and now they're hosting a Lightning node?
They will plug this in the network, any fixed internet box router.
Right.
If the router is UPnP compatible, it will open the ports automatically. If not, there is some manipulation
There's
to
some
open
configuration, yeah.
the Bitcoin port and the LND port. The device will synchronize itself. When you go to the homepage of the device, you see the synchronization progress. And as soon as it's synchronized, you can just create your articles and receive payments.
Fantastic.
And so there is a Bitcoin full node on there for the main chain. And what is the additional software that you need for the Lightning part?
So currently I'm running LND, but after talking with some guys here, I may switch to C Lightning at the last moment, or propose both possibilities to customers. C Lightning is faster, more modular, but not so stable now. LND is, I have no crush of LND yet, so let's say it's a finished product. There is NB Explorer, which goes between BTC Pay server and Bitcoin D to make them communicate together. And that's pretty much it. And some diagnostic tools like LND Explorer, so you can check that your channels are open and status of everything.
And although I do absolutely love the aspect that there is a Bitcoin full node on there already, Roseby from the Lightning Labs, he has innovated on the SPV client side, and he's came up with this Neutrino client. And that is the way that you can use Lightning Network quite trustlessly without running a full node by just querying a set of blocks from the networks where your transaction is in. So what are your thoughts on the Neutrino client, and is this more usable without running a full node?
Sincerely, I haven't looked in Neutrino yet. My goal is really to have a real full node running and as much as well as possible. So
And
that's something which may come in the future, but it's not in the plan.
we have a question from the audience, and I'm not sure this is possible, but is it possible to have the device work without the people having to configure the ports on their router? He says many people don't know how to configure ports.
So if you, we have two possibilities. One is most of the routers you buy are UPnP compatible, so it will open the ports by itself.
There we go.
If it doesn't, and if you don't know how to do that, there is one service we propose. I don't like it. It's a port forwarding service.
Sure.
We'll open the ports for you on one of our servers and forward it to the device. That's how I'm running it here behind the 4G hotspot.
Mm-hmm.
It's the only way. We don't like it because it's centralized.
Yep.
The trust is on us, so I don't want people to trust us. I want people to trust the tech.
And it isn't that difficult to set your ports. It's mainly going to a web page, logging in, clicking a couple of buttons, and then, like you're saying, opening a couple of ports. It's certainly a help file. Could probably walk them through it with little trouble.
If you ever use BitTorrent, for example, for downloading Linux distributions,
Of course.
you already know to do that. So.
And there's also lots of nice people on the internet that will kind of, that will be able to instruct you through how to do that as well.
Yeah. I mean, in the worst case scenario, we can always make a TeamViewer session and help you do that.
All right.
It's a small community right now, so we can do it for everyone.
And so where can we find both yourself and where to purchase one of these?
So Ketominer on Twitter, the website will be NODL.it, NODL.it.
Yeah.
I also registered lightningsolutions.eu, which will concentrate this device and the hosted services. None of these websites is ready, don't go there. Just follow me on Twitter, that's the easiest place to find me.
Awesome.
Well, very good. Thank you so much for joining me, us. And it sounds like a really great product to include BTC server or BTC Pay server, so that people can set up essentially their own BitPay, their own kind of shop, which would collect money, and then also to have both the Bitcoin full node and the Lightning full node in a single box. Plug and play, a little bit of port setup, or like you're saying, most do have PNP. I've seen it several times. A newer router should have it and should auto-configure the ports. It's a great solution for people to get their own Bitcoin and Lightning.
One little extra piece of information, we are talking with the guys from Gotena and the guys from Samurai right now.
All right.
And we may have a version running without the internet, like with a satellite dish
Oh, there we
on
go.
one side and
yeah.
the Gotena on
Very
the other
spacey.
side. But
Yeah.
Well,
that's a big maybe.
So I was talking with Adam Beck about that. Yes, of course, we have the Bitcoin blocks on these satellites, and he's hacking some devices to send transactions over the satellites. But how about Lightning Network over satellites?
That's a big challenge, and as the people who followed the hardware Lightning wallet talked yesterday, know Lightning is not really designed for this kind of stuff, so this will be reserved for on-chain transactions.
Well, okay, but still, nevertheless, on-chain transactions over a mesh network, over satellites, are balls out amazing. So, I mean, come on. We have already seen lots of innovation in Lightning Network, but this is still in early beta, probably even like early alpha. So what are some innovations that you're looking for? What are some new stuffs that is happening in Lightning?
Definitely the hardware wallet part is very important because we need to secure this. Currently you have your private key for the Lightning channels in the device. We don't want that. The change will probably come from C Lightning. That's what I forgot the name of the guy who was talking yesterday, but that's what he's working on, and I think this is the main change. And also what is already on the roadmap of Lightning, like using many channels for one payment. That's very important. And all this routing, because today to make a real life transaction on Lightning is a nightmare. That's a fact. So yeah, I mean, the guys at Lightning Labs are doing a really good job, and they have to keep it.
Awesome.
All right, thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you for having me.
And just one more time, where can people check out NODL? What was your Twitter account again?
NODL.it and at Ketominer, or Ketominer, depends how you pronounce it.
All right. Well,
And will you be accepting Bitcoin as payment?
Yes, of course, only Bitcoin.
Good.
Yeah, only
Okay.
Bitcoin.
I've
There
got
it
to
is.
check. I've got to check.
That's
brilliant.
great.
That's really
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so
See you
much.
later.
Thank you.
All right.
I think I'll be spending my hard-earned satoshis on that.
And, we
yes.
just want to do an update on the fundraiser. We haven't had a donation in a while, so I was going to hold this up. It's not working at all, of course. Oh, there it is. And you can donate right now with the QR code on your screen. We're looking for around 0.08 Bitcoin. We're almost 74.5% towards our goal. That's less than 25% of the way there. You can pause it. We have another QR code in the back. And remember, if we reach our goal, we will stop fundraising for the entire day. So if you're sitting out there and you've got a 0.08 Bitcoin and you'd like Max to try out the new Purism laptop, which is trusted hardware. That's right, this is untrusted hardware. The chips came from China. We have no kind of idea what code is being executed on this computer, whether it be my code, the Chinese government's code, the American government's code, or maybe our good friends at Goldman Sachs. Anyone could be running code on this computer. The only way to figure this out is to donate to our fundraiser at tallyco.in/purism, where we can donate and get Max this Purism laptop. It would really help if you guys donated. He's interviewed the CEO of Purism. The CEO of Purism is here today, and I would love it if we succeeded and we reached our goal and we could get Max this Purism laptop and tell the guy that we are going to buy one of your laptops, we're going to try it out on the air, Max is going to put it through its paces, and of course find out if it's really executing the code that we tell it to execute. Trusted hardware in our times. Donate now.
And that's the beautiful thing with open source money, right? You can simply send like 7.7 million Satoshis. That's nothing, come on. And with that, we can get true open source hardware and software. And it would be amazing to give Todd the good news that we now have raised enough to support his amazing company and his amazing venture on continuing to provide you hardware that defends your privacy and liberty.
And we just received another donation, 0.0001522. We're up to 23 donations. Another one, 0.001681. So let's all work together. Let's reach this goal. If everyone donated 10 or 20 bucks, I think we'd get there. Or if one person just wants to come in and they're tired of advertising, they don't like sponsorship, and they just want to donate a 0.08, and we'll be done for the day.
And why stop there, right? There is the Librem 5, which is the phone. As Thomas said, that might be the next one, but let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Let's not get too excited, but